Welcome back. We're now 10 days into the month of April, and this one has been a beautiful day across the neighborhood and eastern Kentucky and much of the Commonwealth as a whole, and we have much more of that to come. Pushing close to 80 towards the latter half of the week, if you will. We also have some shower chances that will roll in, not to a great nature, but showering thunderstorm chances accompanied by still continued sunshine. And then we'll see temperatures drop back down to the low 60s by this time next week, which will be after a pretty warm weekend. Again, thank you all for being a part of the show tonight. I will have the last of 3 indictments which were returned last week by the sitting grand jury here in McGoffin County in a few moments. A 2-car crash earlier today. A special invitation to see some special entertainment at the Mountain Arts Center. Big show, especially for folks not just of my age, but who particularly like music of this genre. Classic rock is where I'm going with that. I'll get to that, or actually let a young lady do that for me in just a few moments. And I will start off tonight. It is not local news, but it is Kentucky news, and it is news that has broken the hearts of many families today as a tragic shooting, I think most everyone is well aware of by now, took place this morning at a bank in downtown Louisville. The shooter died, his wounds self-inflicted or from return fire from authorities. I don't have that confirmed as of yet. But we know that 4 people were killed, 9 injured. That's not counting the death of the person that authorities say responsible. What appears to be a disgruntled employee, as he was just fired from this financial institution, the Old National Bank, just a little more than a week ago. A man by the name of Chris Carlton in Louisville captured this picture this morning in the area just outside of the Old National Bank just after authorities had arrived. And it shows the scene after police found the shooter still firing rounds upon their arrival. The shooter confirmed to have died, as well as 4 victims, several others being injured. It all unfolded shortly after 8:30 this morning. We know that the shooter has been identified as a 23-year-old, the name of Connor Sturgeon, who was employed up until last week with Old National Bank before he was fired or let go. He came into the bank, stormed in this morning with a rifle believed to be an AR-15 style, and was said to be live streaming the shooting as it was taking place. Those who have died are confirmed to be the Senior Vice President, 63-year-old Tommy Elliott, 64-year-old Marketing Executive Jim Tutt, Senior Vice President of Commercial Real Estate Josh Barrick, who was 40, and 57-year-old Juliana Farmer, who was a commercial banking agent. Governor Beshear saying that Tommy Elliott, the Senior Vice President, was one of his very best friends in this world, crediting him for helping him throughout his law career, becoming and being governor, as well as being a father. In addition to the 4 who died, 9 people were taken to area hospitals. 3 were said to have been discharged. 3 were there for non-serious injuries, and 3 were listed in critical condition. One of those was an officer who had literally just graduated from the Louisville Metro Police Academy 2 weeks ago. 26-year-old Officer Nicholas Wilt was shot in the head and has undergone brain surgery and is still listed in critical condition at this time. The reason or motive for the shooting has yet to be determined, or at least released by authorities. I'll get to local headlines when I come back, but before I go to break, let me preempt the first message that's coming up right now. It actually comes to you from one of our 2 young McGoffin Countyans who are on the Kentucky Opry Junior Pros over at the Mountain Arts Center. Sophie McFarland, who was unable to be here today, and Miss Erin Grace Rudd. Both of them, as well as the rest of the Junior Pros and everyone at the Kentucky Opry, inviting anyone who has an ear for, in my opinion, the best music besides, good old-fashioned hometown country music, but some of the best music out there, indeed, that does fall under the genre of classic rock.
Billie Jean Osborne's Kentucky Opry Junior Pros are a group of kids ranging in ages from 8 to 18. Each student receives forms of education in musical instruments, vocal training, stage presence, commercial music, and various forms of reading music and charts. Under the new directors Teddy and Bobby Cyrus, the Junior Pros open for the Kentucky Opry and produce 2 headliner shows of our own. In fact, we have one coming up this week. Our rock show is this Saturday, April 15th at the Mountain Arts Center, and it will be opened by a group of just as talented kids called the Rising Stars. You can purchase tickets at www.macarts.com, by calling 1-888-MAC-ARTS, or by stopping by the People's Bank box office at the Mountain Arts Center. You will hear some of rock and roll's greatest songs from some of their greatest performers, such as Bonnie Tyler, AC/DC, Tina Turner, Aretha Franklin, Fleetwood Mac, Journey, Bon Jovi, and more. So come on down to the Mountain Arts Center this Saturday at 7 and get ready to rock.
Get great deals on the greatest brands at Conley Tire with up to $150 back on Goodyears, $100 on Hancooks, $100 on Mickey Thompsons, $125 on Yokohamas. And you can always pay now or later. Plus quick service with oil changes, brake jobs, $35 computer diagnostics to fix and repair your ride at Conley Tire and conleytire.net. 2 locations, 2 ATMs, too much history, over 120 years, and just too many reasons not to trust the oldest, only banking family that exists for the sole purpose of helping your families, our friends, grow financially and securely. Lean on Sagersville National Bank for any of your home, auto, commercial, retirement, or online banking needs. And let us help you make your dreams come true. Spring is always the most colorful season of the year at the seasonal shop. Come see for yourself. Gorgeous new clothes for everyone. Bright, flowy tops and dresses. Something perfect for Easter. Fun flare leg jeans and new styles and arrivals every day. New sweatshirts and shorts and tees by Royce, Ridge & Holler, and others. And little sleepies are here, all in an incredibly comfy, cute, and durable bamboo viscose material. All this and so much more that you just have to see this spring at the seasonal shop. This is the scene of a 2-car crash that happened earlier today on the McGoffin-Floyd County line. Literally 2 vehicles involved, one on each side of that line. A 2-car collision, only 1 vehicle actually moving and occupied at the time. The black 4-door sedan over to the left of your screen was occupied by a man who was coming from Floyd County towards Salyersville, and he collided with a parked vehicle. There was another vehicle that was sitting off to the side of the road and had been possibly for a few hours or a day or so, and for whatever reason, he apparently lost control of his vehicle or left the roadway and collided with the side of that vehicle. Serious destruction and damage done to it, as well as his own car. Fortunately, again, that was a parked vehicle. No one was inside. And the driver of the vehicle, which collided with the parked car, was out of the vehicle upon arrival of emergency personnel or shortly thereafter and refused medical transport on the scene and was taken by family or other individual to an area hospital to be checked out, but did not suffer any serious, it appeared, injuries as a result. The McGoffin County Grand Jury returned 3 indictments last week, 2 of which I reported out, as those 2 were in the names of individuals who were already jailed, and thus reporting would not interfere with authorities attempting to execute those. Those, of course, as I told you last week, in the name of Benji Mans Salyer and Marcus Sparks, both for violent acts, if you will, attacks on other individuals, and some other charges. The third, however, was that of a Johnson County woman who has been indicted, since arrested, and since bonded out on 2 counts: knowingly abusing or exploiting an adult individual, and theft by failure to make required disposition of property of that individual. The indictment alleges that 31-year-old Courtney Arnott of Stambo over in Johnson County knowingly abused or exploited an adult and at the same time committed the crime of theft by failure to make required disposition of property. This says the indictment related to acts that happened from around December the 1st of 2018 through January of 2019, the following month, if you will, when she stole or seized or took possession of appears to be money over the amount of $1,000, but less than $10,000 by a or from what appears to be a family member. No other details were given in the indictment. I've reached out to the Attorney General's office, who says that they will have some more information possibly at a later date. They were being consumed today, of course, with the events that transpired in Louisville this morning. I did confirm, however, that they often get involved if there is a fraudulent situation to Medicaid or that type of situation, but they can also get involved if, say, an individual is stolen from or the subject of theft if they are incapacitated or in a nursing home or that type of facility at that time. That can also be a result of the Attorney General's office getting involved. Arnett was arrested by the Kentucky State Police over the weekend, placed in the Big Sandy, and has since bonded out, I believe, on a $5,000 bond. It's a new week. That means a new community calendar and a forecast, which is a pretty nice way to wrap up this evening's show, and I haven't been able to say that very often as of late, so stay tuned. There where every day starts, it's made and it ends. From hitting the floor to hitting the road and back, your feet carry the day's duties. And if you're hurting from what might be a work or sports or stress-related fracture you don't even know about, diabetic, or that all too often heel pain that just won't go away, or any type of pain or discomfort or in need of wound care, come to where they care.
Put your best foot forward and come visit our podiatry team. We care about our patients and their feet.
That's Dr. Cheney and her team at Hope Family Podiatry Center next to Hope Family Pediatrics on the Mountain Parkway. The reassurance of getting your medications and over-the-counter needs at Sagersville's oldest and most trusted pharmacy, the convenience of curbside pickup and call-ahead service, and the fact that you can walk in, order to go, or sit down and get gourmet quality hot fudge brownies, nachos, shakes, coffees, hot dogs with homemade sauce, desserts, and more makes it more than your hometown Good Neighbor Pharmacy. It's a destination in downtown Sagersville, Frazier's Prater Drugstore. It doesn't get any sweeter than that. McGoffin Farm Bureau and manager Doug Green are proud to welcome Agent Jeff Salyer to the agency. Jeff's lifelong knowledge of the community and our people make him an immediate asset for all of your auto, home, life, commercial, and retirement investments. They're waiting for your call or visit at McGoffin Farm Bureau. Someone dies in the U.S. every 7 minutes from an overdose, and over half of the population gets or takes pills from a friend or relative. And about 46 million and counting are exposed to narcotics in their drinking water. So don't toss them, flush them, or leave them lying around. Safely dispose of your unneeded meds anytime at Parkway Pharmacy,
where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you need one.
All right, now on to the community calendar. Remember, the McGoffin County cleanup campaign's winding up this week. Or winding down, I guess I should say. This Friday, if you're in District 2, you can still put all that garbage out there, the big debris that you can't normally do, no hazardous waste, construction debris, you know the drill. Tires as well are included with the Tire Amnesty Program. That is till this Friday for those of you who live and vote in District 2. Remember, if you're in District 1 or 3, you still have till this Friday to take that same stuff down to the transfer station yourself. Tires go across the road. Now, not at Rumpke, but they go over across the road over there in the county's property for the Tire Amnesty Program. And the Sayersville Spring Cleanup Campaign, it also goes through this Friday as well. Big change here. A lot of things kind of conflicting as far as the schedule is concerned, and they've bumped the Sayersville Masonic Lodge Horse Show up a few weeks to May the 13th, so you got plenty of time to make that date. May the 13th, 5 o'clock. They're still looking for sponsors for classes. This is, I think, as cheap as $50 a class. All the proceeds, of course, going to support the Coats for Kids program. The Sayersville Masonic Lodge Horse Show here at the McGoffin County Horse Park, now to be held May the 13th. $5 to get in. Kids 12 and under get in free. It's a great bargain, a great, great, great cause. And almost just as great is the calendar and how you can use it anytime you've got a birthday or anniversary or announcements like you just heard. And remember, send those birthdays, birth announcements, wedding announcements, anniversaries to Heather at SagersvilleIndependent.com, and she'll publish those for free in the Sagersville Independent the week you choose. It's a great keepsake, great tradition. We'd like to keep it going and appreciate everyone who sends them in. Moving on from here, funeral service announcements. As I'd told you last week, 85-year-old John Robert Judge Bobby Morgan of Emelina passed away this past Saturday the 1st. He's survived by his wife, Ollie, sons John Robert Jr., Jeffrey Reed Morgan, Ross Morgan, and Jeremy Rhodes Morgan, and a number of grandchildren as well. And funeral services are going to be held in Hyman this Thursday at 1 o'clock. There will be visitation here, however, in Magoffin County tomorrow evening from 6 till 9, and then it will resume in Hyman on Wednesday before services again Thursday at 1 o'clock. Timothy Williams, 61 of Sagersville, passed away on today's date. He is survived by his wife Brenda, and arrangements are incomplete at this time and to be announced soon through the Magoffin County Funeral Home. And lastly tonight, 57-year-old Sean Hessler of Left Hand Fork of Johnson passed away yesterday at his home, the son of the late Stephen and Robin Killingsworth Hessler. He's survived by his wife Jody Collins, daughters Alicia Buckner, Jessica Hessler, son Matthew Sean Hessler, brother David Duvall, sister Laura Maxwell, 10 grandchildren, and 1 great-grandchild. A memorial service for Sean Hessler, I'm told, will be conducted at a later date under the care of the Sagersville Funeral Home.
At Golden Law Office, our attorneys previously represented the nation's largest insurance and trucking companies, handling cases involving serious personal injury and death. We know their strategies, how they will defend the case, and what factors drive large settlements. The attorneys at Golden Law Office can use this inside knowledge to ensure your case is handled effectively and aggressively. Hiring Golden Law Office provides you with a strategic advantage. Call Golden Law Office today.
There's no missing that this is the new McFarland and Tinker Law Office location on the Mountain Parkway in the former Farm Bureau building in Sagersville, just like there's no denying that their nearly 60 years of legal experience has won their clients millions and millions of dollars in disability, auto accident, and wrongful death cases. It's where your case matters to you and to us. McFarland and Tinker, also Griffey approved. I'll elaborate on some other stories coming up, some good news and some important news coming up later on in the week in just a second before I close out the show. But let's go on over to your Licking Valley RECC 7-day outlook where, look at that. No greens, no reds, just sunshiny yellow there. We haven't had a forecast that's calm and clear and nice for a while. And yeah, there are some greens when we get to the next page, but enjoy that while it lasts in all of its glory. 43 mostly clear degrees tonight. Just nothing more than a light and variable wind at most. We will see sunny. About 72 tomorrow. Nothing more than a calm wind that'll kick up to about 5 miles per hour or so in the morning. And clear skies tomorrow night, mostly clear at least, and again, just a very, very, very light wind. I'm done, as you are, with the wind. Just a bit warmer still on your Wednesday. Midweek hump day, 74 and sunny. West winds still in check, 6 miles per hour or so. Clear skies that night. We'll fall back down to the upper 40s on your Wednesday night. Thursday looks to be the warmest of them all for the 7-day. We peak at just under, maybe even we will hit a few of us, that 80-degree mark on your Thursday. Sunny, calm skies again. Partly cloudy that night, a little more mild evening that evening at 53 degrees for nighttime lows. Now that's the last of just the yellow and white colors for the forecast. We do pick up a little green when we flip the page, and we do so starting Friday. But don't fret, it's only a slight chance of some showers and maybe some thunderstorms later afternoon, around 2 to 3 o'clock Friday. We'll see 77 degrees and that 30% chance. Same for the rest of your Friday night. Clouds will be a little bit on the increase, mostly cloudy. Still a 30% chance of some showers and storms. For the weekend, almost as far away as it possibly can be. Upper 70s on your Saturday. Mostly sunny skies, a 30% chance, 20 and 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms throughout the day. Sunday, 73, partly sunny and same, up to 50%. Monday, another system rolls in, knocks temperatures down a bit, 63, mostly sunny and still a light chance of some showers. I've got some good news coming at you this week. A lot, actually. The only two things that I can really talk about right now are a serious and significant announcement about our Veterans Monument over in the Ramey Park. Looking forward to that. Maybe a day or two away from being able to get that together. I also have word that the McGoffin County Sheriff's Department has quite possibly made one of the biggest seizures of illegal drugs, certainly this type, in McGoffin County history. And some big lights are getting ready to come on tonight in a testing. And I hope to be there and be able to shed a little light on that story for you tomorrow. This is a project that's, in a lot of ways, McGoffin Judge Matt Wireman will say has been in the works for the better part of 10 years or so and way long overdue. All that and more when I see you next time, or at least starting then. Thank you all for now and enjoy the rest of your evening.